Fired out, and they've got their corner here. Haven't seen too many of them so far, as it's taken quickly. Almost caught everybody by surprise, even the chap behind the camera, and us here as well. Keeper here, Keisuke Fukui, who will go down then in a bit of history regardless what happens. The man to have got the first goal of this second edition of the Kings World Cup clubs. And you said you were in the inaugural one in Mexico. Porcinos, so the holders.
Yeah. Porcinos, the holders. Murash, 1-1 game, lost the second one. They went to that last chance fixture, and there they were defeated by the side from Turkey, Limon. So it was hot and cold from them in that tournament, but it was their first experience. And the difference, of course, there is a Kings League France. So F2R have been playing this year, as of this year, week in, week out. So they're a little bit more accustomed to the format.
Absolutely, absolutely. Whereas Japan, as you said, sort of looking to become a rising, but look how they get men up quickly, attacking in numbers, defending in numbers. This should be the equaliser here. And it isn't. It isn't.
It's caught someone, hasn't it?
It trickles wide.
Again, there's just bodies in the way.
Oh, it's going to be a long half of sofferenza, as they would say in Italian. I don't know in Spanish, but just digging deep, that kind of, for Japan, you get that sense, don't you, right now? I'm sure there's a similar Spanish term or in the jargon, I'm not sure.
Yeah, not right off the top of my head, but I'll have to think through that.
But maybe that's because the Spanish philosophy is very different to the Italian, which likes to dig deep, sit back, really just get in that block and hit on the break. It's very Italian style, the catenaccio style, but it's working really well for the Japanese side. Oh, just on that far end there. But you can see the possession. It's exactly what we've been just talking about there. It's just almost 90% for the French. A keeper with Costil now just trying to pass it out from the back here and look for options. He has plenty of options. Done well there, passing the way out of trouble, and now steaming forwards here, looking to find that equaliser. It's just elusive so far.
Again, there are 4 players surrounding him.
That's the thing.
I mean, can they keep it up? It's always the question. Can they keep it up for the entire game? But for now, they're looking very comfortable in defence.
Yeah, it's what you see, isn't it? When a so-called stronger side takes on a so-called weaker side, you think, okay, they're doing well now, but can they keep it going for the entirety of the fixture? Again, really positive, really positive, and it's another corner. Lovely work there on that far side. Yassine, just that little drop of the shoulder reminds me of Bruno when he's out there on the 7-a-side pitch or 5-a-side pitch as well. But that's actually a bit of a lie. You're more of a midfield playmaker as the shot comes in.
On the rebound.
It's gone in! They do get their equaliser. Quickest to react there. Yassine, he laps up the plaudits, and what a contribution before going off.
Well, you can see how big the celebration is from their president, from Amin, also from the fans and the players, because they were really finding it difficult to get through. Bit of a helping hand, I think, from Keisuke Fukui, but this save, he didn't bat it away towards the side. He left it inside the area, which allowed that opportunity for the second bite of the cherry. And now it's a different game, because Murash, they were playing to hold on, to defend. But now, they're going to have to step out a little bit more and try and get a bit more on the ball.
Bruno, I know you like your stats and facts.
I do.
Here I have to thank our guys and girls behind the scenes in particular. Did you know that more goals have already been scored in this match in the opening game of the 2024 edition?
Oh, there you go.
It was 2-0 that game. You may remember Science against Juniors.
I don't know. So many games, though.
Hey, it's good to have a refresh. No, they are checking this, you know. They're having a little look. It was there an offside as the shot came in. Well, it looks like it's going to stand, I think. Yeah, it does stand. The referee pointing. Yeah, to me, it
looked okay.
Yeah, it looks okay. And I think in those situations, you may agree with me, give the advantage to the attacking if it's marginal.
Exactly,
I mean,
unless if it's something very evident.
Yeah.
Well, 2-2.
Wow, 4 goals already. If you are new to the Kings League and you're a little bit confused, don't worry. As we go through, we'll continue to recap the rules. You saw the initial ones about they start with 1v1 and then players join the party, join and get thrown into the fray with each minute. As we go into the final 2 minutes, there's another novelty, a feature of the Kings League in terms of the roll of the dice and in terms of the number that comes out on the dice, as numbers that play the final 2 minutes of the encounter. We'll have a chance to see what I'm prattling on about very shortly. Now, Japan, the onus is on them now to try and take control, and if they want, of course, take the lead, unless they want to just play for a draw, but that's not the case because no games can end in draws.
And they seem very capable, don't they, on the ball?
Yeah,
every single player. It's not very evident what role. You know, sometimes you players, he's clearly a defender, he's clearly in midfield, but you can see them all moving around. Everyone seems comfortable playing either on the flank or in the middle, or even up front. Look, here, for example, that's me on the flank.
Nicely done. He's done that a couple of times, but now F2 heading forward here. Mr. Harris himself.
Oh, well caught.
Wearing the very unconventional number 0.
Yeah, not a fan.
The null, zero. He's certainly not a 0 in terms of his ability, that far from it. Very talented player, nice turn of pace, really good on the ball. Monsieur Harris, again, I apologise for my very poor, je suis désolé pour mon français, but get used to it over the next a couple of weeks. But my English is impeccable, and my Italian's not bad, and I've got a Spanish colleague to my left who can help me out with all the Espanol.
Got a few angles covered.
Yeah, so we're going to be okay. And we've got our German colleagues, casters to our left as well, as Harris now just tries to find an opening, find a little opening here. That's a smart ball. He's kept it in play.
Yeah, he has.
Now Fofana draws in players really well, but again...
Oh, he's passed it to the coach. I think maybe the Japanese coach was wearing all black. He thought that it was one of his teammates. That was Kenzuki Nakai, the manager for Murash.
Yep. So for Japan, their aim is obviously, you know, they want to give it a real go. They know they've not come here as the pressure of the home side, the hosts such as F2 or Prestinos defending the type, but they want to go and keep gaining experience, as they did in the Kings World Cup Nations back in January. They really gave a really good account of themselves, and this could be the third goal. Nakamura sets it up there. Really good, but you can see
the counter.
On the counter, though.
And look at that, they've already got numbers back.
Such a battle out there. It's been fabulous. Such a close, hard-fought encounter.
That was Ryohei Oda with the good tackle on William Harhus. He looks like an impressive target man, the number 9.
Yeah, every time he gets on the ball, really good at drawing him, trying to open up a bit of space. There's not much out there right now with the 7v7. It could go right down to a 1v1 or 2v2 shortly as we approach the final minute of normal time, going into those final 2 minutes and the roll of the JD dice. Here he comes again. Harris checking onto that favoured left boot of his. Again, that number 0, I'm not quite sure either, to be honest. What about you guys at home? What do you think? Are you a fan of these unconventional numbers? As he has a strike, and there was nothing unconventional about that shot from distance. That was brilliant. And you know, down through the years, we've had players wear weird numbers. Do you remember Mohamed Kalon, who played for Interpol, number 3?
Yeah.
Zamorano had the 1+8.
Yeah, because he wanted to be number 9.
Gave up the 9 to Ronaldo.
Yeah.
In Italy, there's been a couple of cases like that. I'm not sure.
Very high numbers as well. I'm not a fan.
99? Did you like the 9? Yeah, Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo was one of the first, you know, as in the Ronaldo Il Fenomeno.
I don't like it. I'm very much a 1 to 11 kind of guy.
Old school. In your midfield playmaker role. Now, Harris again, 10 seconds to get the shot away. That's my advice to you.
Good block.
Because then when we get to 18 minutes, it stops, the clock stops, and we're going to have my mon ami Bruno. We're going to have the first JD roll of the dice of the tournament. It's going to be Luca Denaro, which means literally Luke Money. He's the match analyst, of the Boomers, the Italian team. So, vai Luca, ti aspettiamo, waiting for you. Luca Denaro, here he goes. With the roll of the dice. Let's see what comes out here, Bruno. Oh, wow. This is a good one. This is personally my favorite. 1v1 with avec keepers. So, if say 3 had been rolled, there would have been 3 versus 3. It would have been 2v2. But with that, the JD sign, for those who perhaps followed it in January, there was the Kings sign on the roll of the dice. It means there's going to be 1v1 with keepers, so lots of space. I know you're a fan of the 1v1 without.
Yeah, of course, there's the other one. There's 1v1 without keepers, where you're shooting from the halfway line, well, inside the centre circle, which is quite fun to see, and there's generally quite a few goals. But this is the last, well, not the last chance. In the second half, there are cards which can alter the pattern of the game, but this is kind of a last chance to open up a lead or try and turn around a game. You know, things can really be thrown on their head here, and look, Murash were better at the start of the game in these sort of different situations, but let's see if F2R have sort of settled into the game. You know, first game nerves at home.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of expectations, right? You don't want to be going home 2 days into the tournament.
No, not as well. That's what happened to Italy in the Nations. But anyway, we'll talk about that shortly as the final 2 minutes gets under a reminder. The ball has to go backwards. And it does with Harris. I know we've got many people following us all around the globe. Please send in your questions, queries. We're happy to answer them. It's a one-on-one situation here. Nakamura can break.
It's no chance. Hedges needs to get back. Oh, good challenge.
We like to see that. Love to see that.
What a recovery. Most of the time, once you've lost the ball in this one-on-one, once there's a counter, you've got no time to get back, but he did brilliantly there.
Great work here. This is going to be a real fascinating duel between Nakamura and Harris as he tries again. No one says right foot this time!
So, no look now. That's what happens when you don't You've got to put it in the back of the net or make sure the ball goes out of play. Fortunately for him there, it did.
Oof, but that lovely skill, though. Again, we were saying what a
going onto the right foot. Didn't see that one coming either.
Technically gifted player and a really top save as well by Keisuke Fukaya. Man who netted the first goal of this game and, of course, of the second edition of the Kings World Cup Club. So he's going to have another go here. It's been all Harris, really. I've gone to that favoured left boot of his, but we've seen he's not bad either with the right boot. Then they go with the gauche or the droit. Oh, wait, here it is with the gauche, with the left one. It's fired wide. So we're now just into the final minute. Can Nakamura at least challenge?
They're going to get some fresh legs on. You know, there's energy zapping to be in this one-on-one with the whole pitch.
And at least get a shot on goal. Walcott still stinging his gloves.
So it's Agata.
Yeah, they've made a change as of the home side as well.
Sit on for the French. That defending as well. Nowhere to go for Agata.
He is rock, isn't he? He's rock. Agata just will try again here. Goes for it from distance. I mean, it was a real difficult angle.
He was probably fed up saying, this guy's a blow with me. I'm just going to have a shot.
Just have a go here. Is there time left? How much added time will we have? We'll find out very shortly if there is any. 1 minute of added time. So there is still an opportunity here for FDR to get a goal. This is really strong run.
And now there's Yassino. Oh, they decided not to go quick.
I think maybe that's a sign that they're happy just to go into the interval half-time with the score at 2-2, to be honest.
Oh, and Enjo's got this capability, hasn't he, of stopping and starting, accelerating. You said it in the first half. He's done it a couple of times.
Yeah. But can he get beyond Yassin, who scored a brilliant goal early in terms of that real poacher's instinct from him?
Defending has been brilliant in these one-on-ones.
Oh, he's won it back. He's won it back. Yassin now to make it 3! Oh, I thought it was in. I did have a few people in front of me here. Some of the Moroccan supporters who are already inside the house. But it went just wide here. And they would have been able to tell me as well.
Didn't quite get any curl on it. It just didn't fit that was for him.
Well, it is going to be 2-2 then at the interval here. We'll try and listen into what the coaches are saying as well. With your fantastic French and my brilliant Japanese, I'm sure what could go wrong? Listen in, everybody. 2-2 at the interval here. Yassin Costil and Enken Avocados.
シュートアウトケースで止めて、俺が PK 決めて絶対勝つ。Avec Jean derrière, quand on bloque bas, quand on a le ballon, tu es au milieu. Lucas au milieu, Yass à gauche, William à droite et Amara devant. 任せろマジで。絶対勝つマジで。Tu es au milieu. Comme on a fait, comme on était en première période, on va les chercher, on fait ce qu'il faut. Non, pas bien. Amara, tu te mets en pointe. Yass, pardon, tu te mets en pointe. C'est pour le cas. Si tu as fait la petite différence, frappe, n'hésite pas. Et les gars, première période, solidaire, vous respectez vos partenaires, vous faites l'effort. En faisant ça, les gars, le match il est pour nous. Soyez patients, soyez patients.
I think I may have thought the word passion passion.
Yeah, they only said the match is ours. I think it's patience, no?
Oh, good,
match
good.
Is ours.
Well, together we are getting there. Earlier in the year, obviously, I was very fortunate to have Simon Hardy and Patrick Kendrick, who are fluent French speakers. Massive shout out to them.
Could have done with them.
Could have done with them right now, but I'm sure I can get some tips from them when it comes to Montfrancais over the course of the next 2 weeks. And we are back underway. The second half, 2 20-minute halves, 40-minute games. That's another different aspect of the Kings League here. As Yassine is having a really good game, could be a candidate, even though it's still early to talk about MVPs, Bruno, but could be a candidate for most valuable player. But still a long way to go. Someone still could rise to the fore and win that crown. That's a smart ball. Just run out of pitch there. And again, that defending, that commitment to the cause there from the Japanese wearing the red. We're used to seeing them play, of course, in blue, but F2R, actually that's the
French colour,
yeah, the colour, and of course being the home side, so they're in the Le Bleu with sort of gold trim.
How good was it, Tom, also in that half-time interval to see the manager officially is Abdel Mahmoud, but Sami and Nasri, because a lot of the time you think, all right, they're names that have just coming in and sort of being the face maybe of the team, but not getting involved. Sami Nasri doing the team talk, Jeremy Menez alongside him, two big names of modern French football, and getting completely involved in the halftime team talk and trying to get their players ready and prepared for the second half. So it's nice to see that.
That's the brilliant aspect as well of the Kings League, these famous faces coming in and also, sometimes also taking the penalties, which we'll talk about shortly, because you can't take your scene just looking to dance his way through there and ensure that maybe the French side complete the turnaround here. Here's the lineup of the rest of the games right the way through to 10 p.m. tonight with Bruno and I on the comms. As the French look to get off to a winning start. In terms of the chances, it's been all them in terms of the clear-cut chances anyway. I mean, but don't take anything from Rash. They've been very clinical with their opportunities. They have defended well. So on that side, they can be pleased. But how long can they just keep hanging on? You just sense that sooner or later.
And I also think it's been the French side. It's been FDR with all the chances. Hang on, there's a chance, and there it is, the third goal.
Fofana!
He joins the party.
The perfect 10. Fantastic from Fofana. Fabulous work from it, and he deserves it. I must admit, he deserves it. He's been heavily involved in all the good things that the French have. Could the keeper have done better there? Or he saw it late, to be fair.
I think there have been a couple instances where maybe Keisuke Fukaya could have done more, but that was classic centre-forward play from Fofana, wasn't it? Holding off the defender, rolling the ball from one side then to the other, and the quick snapshot finish. But what I was going to say is that FDR, I think, have had more of the chances because the nature of how the game has gone with such an early lead for Murash. It's meant that they've been a bit more on the back foot, and I'm sure that if the game had gone down a different avenue, maybe we would have seen a bit more from them. But because
could have gone anyway.
I was going to say, they look comfortable on the ball. Keisuke didn't look too comfortable there.
That was the commentator's curse from you there. And on this right-hand side, again, I've really been impressed with Yassine's work at both ends of the pitch. And look at that battling as well.
They're getting out-muscled all the time, though, aren't they? Every time there is a 50-50, it's the FDR player that's coming out on top.
You mentioned him earlier. There he is, former Arsenal man, Olympique Marseille. Such experience, and it's for the players as well to have someone like that. That's got to motivate you as well. If you can look behind and see you've got someone like Nasri and Menez. The corner comes in.
That's a lovely corner.
Well worked.
Very well worked.
Well worked. A cliche straight off the training ground.
I was going to say, training ground, but there's probably no training ground here, is there?
Straight off the training ground, that one for the Japanese, for Murash, who are now find themselves chasing the game. The F2 have done well to turn it around, their leader in a strong position. Now Yassine can have a run here and get a shot away. Maybe a shot from distance. Oh, it's blocked here. Opportunity now on the counter. Hazuki! Good block. Really good block. Hazuki, and they're looking a little bit worried now, Mr. Junichi, who is quite adept at taking penalties, I must admit. I remember him earlier this year, the Milanello. Tournament in Italy for the Kings World Cup nations for Japan, and he likes to rile the crowd as well and have a bit of banter with the keeper as well. So we'll see what his tactic is, or whether he's going to be perhaps more respectful. I don't know. We'll wait and see. We do like it though when they try and up the ante a bit. That's what the Kings League is also. Of course,
a bit of spice.
Yeah, naturally sportsmanship. Absolutely want fair play, but you also want that. Just as you said, add a bit of spice to the pot, to the sushi pot in this case. although they don't cook sushi. Or the beef bourguignon for the
Yeah, that's
French.
probably a crime in Japan.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can tell I'm not that well versed in my food. I'm very my fish and chips man. Anyway, here comes another opportunity on the counter for Mirage. Who've said that time and time again. Can this be the time they actually take that opportunity? As we approach the 25th minute, still no secret card has been played. That can come into play now in the second half. You can also get your jerseys of the
Kingsley.pro
and the F2R jersey. And here come F2R trying to open up now a 2-goal cushion. Luca Valeri is back on. Obviously, our rolling subs as well, and which is another feature which keeps things fresh, keeps the energy levels going all the way through. In terms of possession, it's a little, well, not say tighter, but a little bit compared to the first half anyway.
They're coming back in that regard.
Yeah. As Valeri again on this left-hand side plays it safe. Again, no need to force the issue for Valeri and his French copain, his teammates. And what his teammates is another long-range effort. Well struck by Kevin Brute, not De Bruyne, who's on his way to join Napoli. But again,
that's a big one.
That's a massive one. That's a massive one. Again, there will be lots of Serie A and La Liga talk sprinkled in for here and then. And of course, talk of the Champions League and PSG's historic triumph yesterday. No team had ever been beaten by a 5-goal margin until last night. So congratulations to Luis Enrique and his men.
Look at him just bounce back up. The referee had blown his whistle. The challenge came in from Ousmane Badji, and a lot of time players wouldn't take that too well. You know, the challenge coming after the whistle had gone. But Kashu Tamura, in a very Japanese kind of way, just got it, brushed it off, got back up, and we've got a presidential penalty locked in.
We have it, and it's for the hosts, for F2R. So we're talking about perhaps trying to open up that 2-goal cushion. I think it's a smart time to play it, because you can now open up that cushion. Take yourself a step closer to getting that win. And that's what you want to do. You win both games, avoid that last chance saloon. So you go to the round of 16, a bit fresher, one game less. It doesn't necessarily guarantee you success, but, you'd rather have an extra day's rest, recover, and go into a bit fresher. So, wow. So the French president is about to make his way out onto the pitch. So, only the president who is physically in the same can press the Prezi pedal button, as we all know. Otherwise, it tends to be a shootout.
Yeah, so there are two options. Either the president comes down because he's in the arena and takes the penalty. If he's not here physically, then one of the players takes a shootout, which we'll see and explain when it does happen. But it's a player running from the halfway line, and they've got, what,
5 seconds.
5 seconds to put away their shot with the goalkeeper, who can rush out until the edge of the box. He can rush out.
Yeah. So, chance to open up here. A 2-goal cushion. I'm liking the footwear, all pink.
That's a good move as well, getting the football boots on.
Will it be pretty in pink? Or will it be poor in pink? We'll find out shortly. I like the run-up as well. Oh, it's saved! Saved. And you can't go on the rebound in this case.
No. Look at that celebration from Junichi Kato, the Mirage president.
Love it, love it. A right smile from the French president. Monsieur President. Listen, it wasn't a bad penalty,
Do you know what? It's one of those penalties that if the keeper goes the other way, people go, oh, he's sent it in the wrong way. Such a clever penalty. But if the keeper goes the right way, well, he's always going to save it. So it's 50-50. It's a toss of a coin. And unfortunately for him, Kaya went the right way.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't a bad penalty. It was struck. Well, now it'll be interesting how Mirage hit back. Are they going to now perhaps play their presidential penalty, try and draw level as Nakamura tries to thread that one through? Oh, will they draw their secret card? I love the secret cards. I've got my personal favourite. I know you've got your personal favourite. I'd like to see, I don't know, a star player. I like star player. The Goldsworth double is a nice one as well. There's so many great ones. It just shows it's also a strategy game as well, knowing to play your cards right as it's flicked over from a Matteo Guendouzi lookalike.
Yeah, really. Another one. No, it's strategy, and it's a bit of luck as well, isn't it? Because if you get given a penalty, then you kind of have the upper hand. And it can be the difference between losing and winning a game. So you need all elements to fall your way in a Kings League game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Comes the corner again.
Another one.
Really smartly done.
These guys have been training ahead of this, haven't they?
No, but the dead ball situations can really make or break games, make or break situations. It was well worked again. I was going to say from the flag, which is a calc from la bandierina, as the Italians would say, but there is no flag. As we have, so that would be a pointless thing. But from the corner, let's put it that way. So we're now approaching the half-hour mark. After a 3-2, it has settled, hasn't it? It's quite now tactical.
It is.
Compared to that really sort of blistering start to the second period, when obviously the home side were trying to complete that turnaround, which they have done, but it's certainly not over yet. We've got the presidential penalty for Marash. We have the secret cards from both teams, plus those final 2 minutes when that could have gone anywhere as well, when goals are worth double, or we have a golden goal. It depends on what the scoreline is. If it's level, you go straight to a golden goal. If one team is leading, those final 2 minutes, goals are worth double. But again, you'll see this in action, of course, over the course of the next 2 weeks. Don't go anywhere. Take your seats, and sit down and enjoy the action at the Kings World Cup clubs in Paris. We're at the Cupra Arena, and the final bit, the Defense Arena, as the shot comes in. It's quite a tame effort from Oda. But again, it's another effort on target, so that'll go to the statistics at the end. I know we were talking about stats earlier as well. Some are more impressive than others. Shots on target, that's an important one, and Marash now have half of the home side on home. I was going to say home soil, but it's more home AstroTurf at the Cooper, and it's very inviting. We want to have a kickabout later.
It's lovely.
Maybe not this evening.
When you walk on the pitch. Oh.
We'll have a little kickabout later. I haven't got my mouldies or my studs with me, but these trainers would do. It's just the pure joy of being out there, out on the pitch. Now, Masset.
Oh, there's a shot on there. Ah, he had the opening, didn't he?
I thought he was going to
see it from back here. Just the angle.
Thought he was going to have a crack there from distance. Just playing it around here.
The thing is, they're playing around with the ball, but there is that trick up the sleeve from what actually is the presidential penalty, which, you know, it could very much be we're playing 3-2, but it's 3-3.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's also the rule in the Kings that you can't really time waste pass it around, because if the referee senses that you are just protecting your lead, he will hurry up and you have 10 seconds to create a chance, get a shot away. So that there's also that aspect of the Kings League. So in traditional football, you might have a defensive-minded approach, but in the Kings League, it is c'est impossible. It's impossible. Tout est possible in the Kings League. As we now see on that far side, more changes incoming from both sides, and in terms of change, you have to go on to those 2 channels, as you can see there. That's one of the rules of the Kings League. Now, what's been played here?
Presidential penalty.
There we go. There we go. Now, is he lacing up his boots? What footwear will we have on? We've seen in the past here, not just here in France, but all across, as another shot comes in and makes the save eventually there. The Japanese keeper. We've seen in the past some people actually without boots, just with socks, take shot. I'm not a big fan of that. I know, but some do that. Some do. I don't understand.
You can't really feel the ball properly there.
No, the secret card.
Secret card locked in by F2R.
There we go. Still waiting. As soon as that break in play, we are going to have some action out on the touchline. As for Fana, was he fouled there? He goes appealing. What did you think? I mean, to be fair, I think it was 50-50.
Yeah, I think he saw that the ball was getting away from him and just let himself go a little bit for Fana.
Yeah. Now, is Junichi, if he's going to take his presidential penalty, he needs to get his skates on. We're going to have the secret card first, the Fortnite secret card of our many sponsors and partners, which we thank for the Kings World Cup clubs. The second edition, the first a year ago in Mexico, won by Porcinos. Now the side, Porcinos, looking to defend their crown, and the competition is stiff. Here we go.
Oh. Surely no?
That for me was, I sympathise.
Oh, come on. You could say shoulder barge, but that was over the top.
Yeah, I sympathise there with Bouma. Very unfortunate.
Well, this presidential penalty is gonna take a while, and then they're all going to stack up together, aren't they? Presidential penalty, secret card.
Yeah. Well, say for the French president, he missed his. I mean, but in the previous Kings World Cup clubs, he actually netted 2 of the 3 he took. So he's now got the pressure on if he wants to better that record. I'm talking of shootouts, and they actually, all their previous games at the Kings World Cup were actually decided by shootout, so they do have a bit of history there as Marash look to go level here.
Ooh,
Handball.
into the handball, into the handball. That was close to the body.
And now Fofana, what a run! That's got to be.
Oh, look, he's taking it back. That's like the Lamine Yamal hit in Milan, isn't it? It's the initial contact that he's given.
Yeah.
But the Fofana's balance there to continue running once he's been pushed.
Yeah, here we go. Look
there. And he's still going, still going, still going. If he hadn't been shoved in the end, he might have finished that move off. Oh, suspension. Okay, so they're going to take someone out of the game.
Yep.
Who do you reckon they'd go for more?
Nakamura, maybe?
Nakamura's
but then Enjo's been really good.
Those two for me are the standout players.
We'll see now. We'll find out shortly. And we were talking about this off air, weren't we, Bruno? It's quite an honour, though.
It's a huge honour.
But they said, listen, we don't want you to because we fear you're good.
It's better than being named MVP in the game.
Yeah,
you know, it's your peers saying, "Oh, I don't want you on the field."
In the end, we know nothing about Kingsley because they've gone for Kazuki. It shows how much we know. But no, Kazuki, to be fair, just had that chance a few moments ago, so I think they really thought he was a goal threat. So now Japan are a man light, a man down, so they're
for the next 4 minutes.
They're playing with 6 players. Sometimes I tend to say in,
and they're not taking their penalty.
No,
they locked it in.
Yep. Are they just trying to hang on and maybe take it to? I don't know.
Maybe they've decided that they don't want to take it in.
It's baffling.
I thought that was Declan Rice. I thought that was Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, Ossi.
That angle we had here was incredible.
Oh, wow, what a strike it was.
Curling beautifully.
And we're playing on, you know, it's still not over. Fofana! And then on the rebound, I thought he was going to have a strike there. We are going to have another strike. It was Hadhu. Or Hadhuz with that strike. I mean, I want to see a replay.
I want a replay. I want a couple of these.
Oh my! What a strike! The frame of the goal is still shaking, and that isn't hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. It is still shaking. What a strike it was! And now here is Fofana twisting, turning, looking just to dance his way through, waltz his way through. Now that haircut from Badgie reminds me a bit of Cisco in the 1990s, the number 18. Also a bit Dennis Rodman-esque, but again, going back to the 90s. Bruno are 90s kids, so you have lots of references.
I mean, Cisco was huge, isn't he?
Massive, and obviously absolutely. I don't know why, I really enjoyed the video. I can't remember much about the song, but anyway. But no, I'm liking the hairstyles. It's awesome. Hadhuz is obviously...
Now that's a name I hadn't heard in years, Cisco.
Yeah, I told you it's going to
I thought you were going to say, I don't know, Sidney Govey or Jibril Cisse or something like that.
That's a good one. That's a good one as well.
But yeah, Cisco, no, I like that. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, why not? So plenty of space now on that far side for F2R, looking to open up a 2-goal cushion. Lovely run and a lovely goal. Harris, he has done it. We spoke of his technical ability. Round of applause all round.
He's been impressive, Harris. I think if you're looking at F2R, obviously Fofana up front, but Aris and Yassine have been the two players that have really stood out for them. A lot of quality, a lot of one-on-one ability, and look, he's put it through the legs of Keisuke Fukaya.
That was fabulously done.
They need to get that president penalty. They need to get that.
I thought, well, they played the button. They pressed the button. I'm really surprised they didn't take with that because, you know...
They can race away now because they've got one more player on the pitch still for another minute and 40 seconds.
And it just changed the complexion of the game, doesn't it? You go from 3 degrees...
It's different.
And now you're trailing by 2. It's
and you're rushed in your decisions because you need to claw back a couple of goals.
The mentality, and it's a confidence game like any obviously professional sport and top level sport. It's a confidence game as well. Now the French really are riding high as they now have a 2-goal cushion here. Interesting there. Well, I think they're going to keep trying pushing while they've got this numerical advantage. Maybe try and get another one. Then they will maybe think about sitting a little bit deeper and allowing Marash to take the initiative. As too much to do apart from on the break, so it might actually work in the favour of the home side, who again. Dangerous every time they come forward. It's not Cisco on the ball, it's a Badgie. And now, Yassine, nice little cutback. Now Badgie just holds it across here. Luca Valery, that's a really good ball. Fofana!
Oh, glorious!
C'est magnifique! What a finish! Pure poetry in motion. Now that was absolute class.
Avec glace.
Avec très class, trop class. très bien from Fofana. That was beautiful from Fofana with the number 10. And as they say, we're in the number 10 jersey, traditionally for the most talented technical leader. And that really was.
Il Talentino.
Yeah, the technical class there.
He's been highlighted as obviously one of the top goal scorers in the Kings League in France, highlighted as one of the players to look out for, but you can just see that finishing pedigree that he's got, that instinct of a number 9, and well, he's been decisive in this game against Morash, who've now got a mountain to climb.
Yeah, but this, you can never say it's over because they've got that presidential penalty, they've got the secret card, they've got to be quick though.
They're running out of time.
They've got to play it quick. They've got to play it quick.
I mean, they may well have 2 penalties, as in
and they want
the president and
play in the final 2 minutes.
Final minutes,
5-4, Well, they've got to
play. But it's got to be something like that, They've got to, exactly. Oh, there we go. Well, that's the president again being locked in.
But
they have to lock in the card as well, because they're running out of time.
And they have to do the same quickly for their secret cards. Nice work here. Really nice work.
Good save this time.
Yeah.
He said, not through my legs again, please.
That smart ball right there when he's back on the pitch here. The Japan number 9.
Oh, they needed that.
So now we do have, finally, after a lot of anticipation, a long wait.
It would be interesting to know why they decided to go back on that decision. I think it's kind of hindered their chances in this game.
Yeah, and we've seen teams still getting accustomed to the rules and not playing their cards in time, and they've just been squandered, they've not been able to use them. But anyway.
Talk about not being in a rush. How slow is he to take off his accreditation?
Yeah,
a little sip of water.
Little glug of water. I hope he's at least got his boots on. And he's still got to actually walk all the way down. I know they want a lot of suspense in the Kings League, but this is taking the biscuit. Anyway, so.
Oh, he might not be taking it, actually.
Okay.
Oh, no, they've put the ball on the spot. So,
okay.
So he will be taking the penalty.
Yeah, sometimes, as
maybe he was just
trying to explain, they can delegate to a player, but should that be the case? It's a shootout, ice hockey style, from the center circle, 5 seconds to get it beyond the keeper.
Maybe it all just got lost in translation and he didn't know they had come down.
To be fair, he looks very nervous. You know, normally he's a lot more of a confident character, cool cat, but he's looking a little bit nervous there. Junichi.
Well, he's up against an experienced goalkeeper.
As you said, he was part of that 2016.
Bordeaux. He was the 3rd goalkeeper at Euro 2016. He didn't play, but you know he was there. He was part of the squad.
Well, he's been in more France squads than me, so so congratulations to Costil. So that's nice to see from Costil and Junichi. Now listen, I think he's going to score. I'm confident. I know he's looking nervous, but I think that's good. You know that you're thinking about it. But for me, he's going to go. He's going to score. It's going to be 5-3. I'm confident. Good luck, Junichi.
Oh,
well, we did. Well, often say when you're a bit nervous, you just try and hit it hard through the middle, and he was.
Well, one of the last chances they had to get back into the game. Well, let's wait for that secret card.
They've got to do it now, though. They've got to do it now,
exactly.
Bruno.
If you're 2 goals away in those final 2 minutes, you've still got just 1 goal away because it's double value goals. So that's their one last bit of life in this game, you fear. If it is a penalty, we don't know what the card is. But.
True, exactly. Or you'd assume it's that or a shootout, because otherwise
it has to be.
It can't be saying goals worth double.
For 20 seconds. Go on, mate. Score a goal.
Unless they're just, just confused by the rules, just didn't think of it.
Locked in.
Okay, there we go.
Just in time.
Unless the French get a 6th goal.
You know, that did happen in Mexico. There were some teams that locked it in too late because they weren't accustomed to the game and to the rules, and they lost their card.
And that's my fear for Morash, really. Well, there you go. So surely this is going to be a penalty or a shootout. It can only be one or the other. And listen, if they were to score it, then obviously you go in, as you said, just by trailing, but then the goal's worth double, so you just get 1 goal in your level.
Exactly.
So listen, tactically, it wasn't a bad plan, but you're banking on scoring those penalties.
Exactly.
And that's
the pressure on this penalty.
Yeah, as we were saying, it's a shootout.
And for Unici as well, shootout. So shootout. You'll see it now. We'll see it throughout the tournament, but it's not a given. We see probably more of these not go in than they do end up going in the goal. So let's see.
And again, you're facing Costil, who up until last season was playing in the top flight in Italy. A few years before in the top flight in Liga.
The goal's going to look about as big as.
And he is a big character. But Nakamura, former Celtic man, former Regina man, he's played for his nationals. So again, this is really going to be a good battle. I don't want to curse anyone, so I won't say anything unlike before when I did say
he's going to score.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna score. So I won't say out this time. I'll keep stum. So 5 seconds for Nakamura to get his shot away. Oh yes! Oh yes, yes, yes!
Posted in.
Sublime from Shunsuke Nakamura. Really showing why those Badger traits of his, just gliding forward, slotting it into bottom corner. Plenty of time as well when he got that shot away. Really good. You can see those who have played the game professionally, can't you? Really can. That was a fabulous finish. Now, so final 2 minutes. Now goals are worth double. Goals are worth double now. So Murash, if they are to win, obviously they need to still score 2. And there's my basic maths coming into play. So it would be 5 and 7.
There are your years of school, and I'm sure your parents are happy that the money has been very wisely invested in their son being able to, use that simple mathematics.
Yeah, of course, it applies, of course, for F2R as well. Should they get that goal, then that really would put them, I think, out of sight. And keep Murash at arm's length. This cage is about to drop the Adidas Pro Ball here. Kazuki all set. And should it end level, I've seen other situations, then the game then gets decided on a shootout.
And you were saying that they had 2 penalties in Mexico. There was huge controversy in the second one, which is the one that sent them home against a local team called Peluche from Mexico, where Peluche took a penalty, shootout that was saved by the French keeper. It flung up into the air. One of those where you see them on viral videos. They walked around, turned around, and then it bounced on the ground, spun backwards, and went back into the goal. But they said it touched the roof. So the French side was saying it shouldn't be allowed, and the other side was saying yes, it did go in. And there was a massive fracas between everybody, and they had to re-look at the rules. It was a big moment, and they were not happy about it. So a big chance for redemption for them this year around in Paris.
In the meantime, you can vote for the MVP of the match via Twitch, via YouTube.
Who's your man?
For me, it's got to be Fofana. Fofana or Yassine as well.
Yeah, but Fofana's 2 goals probably have kind of been the difference between the 2 teams.
But of course, it should Enjo, I don't know, now score a brilliant brace. Or if a player makes a handful of incredible saves, it can change. But for me, it's got to be one of the French players for F2R. That's a really right into the heart of the box here. Of course, F2R in the driving seat, in pole position to make a winning start. Of course, a reminder, it's a Swiss system, so if you win your first game, you go through to that next stage and you take on another winner. And then if you win that, you go directly through the round of 16. If you lose that second game, you have a last chance. Murash, of course, to lose their opening game, and they'll take on another side that loses their opening game. So player down, but we're playing on here. Referee well placed. Have a good view of that one as the French just try and put this match to bed and kill off the contest. Good strength on that left-hand side by Krakito. Just stopped in his tracks, though. Interesting how much added time will be given, if any, here, because we're now approaching those final 20 seconds or so. Really, Murash need to kick on here. Really have to just go all out now. Everybody forward, all out attack. If they are to give themselves a glimmer of hope. Their hopes continuing to be extinguished here bit by bit. And Costil, quite rightly, that experience, just taking his time here. Taking his time, Costil. Rolling it out there into the final 5 seconds of normal time. Happy just to keep it on that congested right-hand side, but they found a little bit of space. 2 minutes of added time, so there is still
one goal. Just one goal.
Fofana well on course to be crowned the MVP, and he'll be chatting to one of our hosts. You may have caught a glimpse of us there. There I am as well, and just quickly, hello, Mum, are you watching? Just behind the goal, we're besides our German colleagues, our Deutsche Freunde, the Deutsche Leute to our left. We've been trying to converse them a little bit of German, and we've been shot down right away for getting our mit dem zooms wrong right away. But we are trying. We're to converse with everybody, all languages. It's what it's part and parcel. It's the beauty of the international community that is also the Kings League, bringing together all these nations.
Yeah, more and more as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Constantly growing, constantly expanding.
Yeah.
So 1 minute left for Murash.
Final minute, the dernière minute.
You can't really see them running away through here. They've not really manufactured any shots in these last couple of minutes.
Now, so just looking to get his players over the line. So Amara Fofana well on course to be crowned the MVP with his brilliant brace with his 2 goals. And this could be really it for Murash.
Oh, they're just going long, which the French are very comfortable defending.
Yeah.
Because physically they've been the superior side of the two.
Yeah, it now smacks a little bit of desperation for Murash, and understandably they've just got to go route one. Maybe get the rub of the green, the ball, or rub of the Astro, the ball just to drop your way, something just to fall into your lap, a gift, a present, a Geschenk, as the Germans would say, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. Final 10 seconds. One last little roll, at least a consolation goal. Consolation goal.
Someone's got to have a whack. Oh, no. Well, that was a frustrated lunge from him. Not maybe the nicest challenge for the game to finish on, but I think Tom, the best side, really won that game, didn't they?
Absolutely. Overall, we saw F2L with their experience also shining through, their superior technical ability as well. We're listening to some of those celebrations as well, and Amara Fofana inspired performance. How about that to make it 5-3? And he is our MVP. We're going to have Letitia. I think that's the best way to... I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, unless it's Letizia. So if it is, I do apologize. Who will be chatting and have the honor of chatting to Amara Fofana very shortly here. So final score 5-3 to F2L, who get a winning start here. So très bien. Well done to the home side, and they'll be marching on. And in their second game, they'll be playing another winner from their respective fixture. As for Murash, they'll have another chance, of course. They'll be taking on another loser from their respective fixture. And then if they win that, they go through to last chance. And should they then lose their second game, they would be going out. Confirmation then, Amara Fofana.
2 goals.
2 goals, yeah.
MVP.
Thanks to everyone who voted via Twitch or YouTube. And it's very simple to do just that, and we're going to hear from the man himself with the Sparta number 10. I like that on the back of his jersey, and he's also going to be signing one of the jerseys as well. Amara Fofana, certainly a prized possession. I'm about to hear from him very shortly, as he has a little chat post-game, and again we'll be of course speaking in French, and we'll try our very best afterwards to get a bit of a translation.
Mais genre, on doit dire quoi là? Parce que personne nous parle. Est-ce qu'on a fait un bon match, Amara? T'as pensé quoi de ton match et de ta performance aujourd'hui?
Bon, après j'ai un peu mal commencé, mais au final, bon, je suis bien rentré dans le match. J'ai mis un doublé et on a gagné, hein, c'est l'essentiel. Surtout pour le premier match de la Kings League. Quoi dire de plus?
Homme du match. T'as pensé quoi de la perf de l'équipe japonaise?
Hein? Whereアップデートの中のウェアいじってドライト。ああ。 これ何 ?undefined name。ああ。そうか。いいのかな？じゃあ、見ないとどうなんだろう。止まっちゃった。負けたか。で、ジャンルの削除をつけたので、あとは、ローでくくって、こいつを、セレクテッド ID が、違う。セレクテッドじゃない ID か。ああ。強制アンラップ。ですね。どうですか。これでいけた頃だったら、これ、知らなかった。表示されねえや。で、だって。セルストリーム取ってきて、これでいい部分でかもしれない。 なんかそんなことしてなかった。レコード。タスクに紐づいたジャンルが存在しない場合が、そういう場合に、タスクウィズジャンルのタスクだけ返した。うん。なるほど。レフトは確かに。上振りにして、レフトアウタージョインにするだけでいいのかな。ヌルで帰ってきたら、チップ表示するもんないけど、それはそれでなんかいい感じにしてくれるのか。ヌル。ここで、リフでかっちゃえばいいのかな。タスク、ジャンル、ノットエコールみたいな。エコーみたいな。で、こいつ、入れて、 はいで、尻尾をデータセルの中でカーオブジェクトここか。Property name can't 無料に無料チェックダートではパブリックなパブリックなフィールドに対してそうなんだ。ルールじゃねえよってことか。 なんかダムっぽい。ドリフト？ああ、リードは塗るテーブルってこと？リードテーブル、オは塗るか。ここか。おい。いやー、大変だなぁ。おかしいのかな、俺の行動が。オーケー。おー、いいじゃん。オッケー。うふ。休憩。10分休憩。 やるか。なんでそこまでできたから。で、ジャンルの削除をつけジャンルじゃ、ところにジャンルの削除フラッター新しいジャンルに注目。ここか。あ、こうだ。 どうで作らないといけないって言うんですっけ。チャイルドの下でローやるのか。どういったとこ終わった。なんでこれダメなのこれで。 そんなことしてないだろ。テーブルこれもしかしてこれですか？スケール側があるか。競合しちゃった系か。インプレストがインプレストがシンクなんか微妙だな。デリート。なんかデリートコンスタント。デリートだけでいいのか。その方がいいか。 そうじゃなかったら、どうやって呼ぶんだっけ。ポップアップ。分けるか。 このジャンルが設定された。されている。少な。ジャンル設定が。はい。削除されますが、よろしいですか。オプション。 トライキャッチ。ジャンルが落ちてくる。ああ、こんな感じかな。 削除機能はできたと。いやー、どうすべきかね。ベースに使いたいけど。いやー、やっぱだるいかな。同じ。いやー。いやーでもこれ、別にした方がいい気もするけどね。なんかそうだよね。別にしましょうか。大変だこりゃ。